have a little conversation, right? We can have a little conversation. So, what's good, family? What's good? Okay, it's a little bit dark over here, but let's see if I can move this around. There we go, there we go. What's going on, family? What's up, what's up? Just wanted to say hello to everyone. Man, been busy in Florida, been busy since I got back, but just wanted to say hello to everyone. And really say something to those who want to get into this real estate game, those who want to get into buying the apartment buildings like I've been buying, and really just showing people something different in this real estate game. You know, a lot of people are still, they're flipping houses, trying to get into the game, trying to take care of their family, and a lot of the information that's out there is bull, it's crap, it's no good, and that's what the masses of people are doing. One thing that I found out in life is that when you want to know what way to go, just go the opposite way that everybody else is going. Never follow the masses, right? Never, ever, ever follow the masses. So as I'm getting ready to leave up out of the office today, I just really wanted to let some folks know that your dreams, if you're looking to create passive income, you want cash flow, this real estate game is really it. And I've been going back and forth in my mind, and I believe that I know that the end of this year, once this year is gone, I'm not teaching people this real estate game anymore. So what that means is there's going to be one less real person out here that can show you how to get paid in this game, right? And a lot of you guys are going to be following these so-called gurus, and they're going to tell you need to get syndications. They're going to tell you need to go to banks. They're going to tell you need all this other stuff, and you truly don't need it. Guys, I've been controlling apartment buildings. Since I've had apartment buildings since 2009. And in the very beginning, when I didn't know any better, I was doing it the same way that everybody else was trying to do it. But, when you put time into this game and you treat it like a business and not a hobby, you start and you educate and you invest in yourself. You start to find out that there are other ways. There are things that you just don't know. And my whole thing is you got to know. You got to know how to take care of your family. You got to know how to get into these deals and create passive income. And I believe that I know that the only reason that I've ever wanted to have passive income and, not worry about money and have real estate coming in where it's appreciating every year and rents are going up. And the only reason that I've ever wanted to do that is so that I can go discover who I am. All right? So when you really think about it, we never get to live our lives. We never get to truly find out what our gift is because we're so inundated with mundane things of life. So at the job, right? You think it's enough money, but you start to find out you start figuring out what appreciation is and how things continue to go up. And before you know it, you need a second job. Before you know it, so you got people working 3 jobs, right? 3 jobs. And it's insane. It's insanity. And all that does, it doesn't allow you to create more money. It wears your body down, lowers your immune system, and keeps you away from your family. And the whole reason that we were doing these things and chasing after our dreams and our goals is because we wanted to be able to provide for our families. So that got lost, and now you're working 3 jobs. Well, that's okay. But there's a way to get out of that. How do you get out of that, right? Once again, when I quit this game, there's going to be a whole lot less truth going around. Because there's a lot of fluff and magic beans and smoke screens And you don't know what you don't know. And you don't even know that you don't know what you don't know simply because you don't know. And at the end of the day, you gotta know. To take care of your family, you gotta know what's best for you. You gotta know what's out there. You gotta know where the income is. You gotta know how to get into the real estate. You gotta know how to become a business owner. You gotta find out how to live your dreams. And we get away from that because we're being pulled and stretched in so many different directions for the sake of money, to be able to take care of our family. Well, what a lot of people don't understand, especially in the black community, is that if you could come into this game and master it, into the real estate game, you could literally create money that comes in from real estate, from houses, from apartment buildings, from notes, from promissory notes, from mortgages, from judgments, right? From bankruptcy deals. Like, there's so many things out there that they're not going to tell you. And as I've been discovering each and every one of these fields, I've tried my best to give it back to my people. Right? Some of them don't learn, some of them don't listen, some of them, whatever the case may be, but I've made a commitment to living my best life, going even further than I've went, right? This is what I'm talking about. Like, how many people are making commitments to living their best life, to taking care of their families in a way that just feels damn good, right? Like we don't think about writing down our goals and making it plain and attacking it. See, this stuff you gotta know. You gotta know this stuff. You gotta do this for your family. There's no ifs, ands, nothing else about it. So this year, I'm gonna stop teaching people. I'm gonna finish this. We're in the fourth quarter of 2019. The fourth, 2019. We're in the fourth quarter. Now, let me tell you what I know about a winner. Let me tell you what I know about some people who rock out in the fourth quarter. People like John Elway. People like Aaron Rodgers. People like Michael Jordan, right? Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, right? Steph Curry, right? The Muhammad Alis of the world. Right? Guys, we sit around so much watching other people fulfill their dreams. These guys have written out goals. They've written out goals. You look at guys like Floyd Mayweather in the game, been boxing all his life. He's been boxing all his life, right? While he's in the game, he comes across someone like Al Heyman. Al Heyman is a business wizard. Sets this man up so that he never has to work a day in his life. Sets him up with real estate. You look at stuff online, these guys doing they start out as internet marketers and they make enough money, Ty Lopez, right? They make enough money and they go buy apartment buildings. Right? This is what smart, savvy people do, right? Smart, savvy people take their income, learn how to think like a bank, and then they go invested in real estate. There's so many things out there that we don't know. Once again, we talk about apartment buildings. Guys, I've been doing that over a decade. This is what allows me to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, where I want to do it, with who I want to do it with. So I put this together to explain to you that there's no reason you shouldn't own an apartment building. There's no reason that you shouldn't have a real estate portfolio. You can take it biblical. You can take it back to Babylon, right? The kings and the rulers and the royalty owned real estate. Point blank, period. They wasn't buying Bitcoin. Yeah, I know it wasn't out yet. They wasn't doing anything else but buying up the land. Buying up the land. And as a people, we get so far away from that. So far away from the natural things of the earth, the gold, the silver, right? The real estate. that will take care of your family forever and ever 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 and ever. And as a people, we still don't get it. Guys, we out here in Detroit and they're giving away houses. I've been saying this for 2-3 years now. That's why I keep coming back. We keep building our portfolio. So, how do you get into this game? Hear it from a real one. How do you get into this game? Without money, without credit, without banks, without syndications. You see, that's what the gurus teach you because they need to sell their $20,000 course. And I'm not going to knock it. I've sold some courses too. But at the end of the day, let's talk about God wisdom. Real talk, I'm talking to your spirit right now because your mind might not be able to handle this. You gotta know certain things. It's your job. As a black man, it's your job. As a woman, it's your job. Right? It's a job for you to get a man that has goals, right? It's a job for the man that write out his goals to be able to take care of his family and have his portfolio set up in case anything ever happens to him. His whole family's taken care of. You don't have to worry about insurance, although you should have it. But you have an income, a passive income stream that continues to come in over and over and over when they don't want to join your network marketing team. The money from the real estate keeps coming in over and over and over when they don't want to come out and join whatever it is that you want them to join. One thing I learned as a black man, and I learned it from a Jewish man. He told me, buy up all the real estate you can and take care of your family, young man. And now I'm going to tell you what Mr. Schwab told me. Buy up all the real estate. But see, so my credit's bad, right? Right? That's what they be saying? That's what they say, Milton? That's what they say? Jill? My credit's bad. Well, what if I told you you don't need credit in real estate? Would you believe me? Would you believe that we keep getting properties in and nobody's asking for our credit? Would you believe that nobody's asking for private money or hard money? Nobody's asking to put together a syndication. Would you believe it if I showed you? Would you let me help you change your life? Would you let me help you? My last year, guys, this is the fourth quarter. It's over. I'm going for the win. I'm going for the kill. I'm going for the score. You see, in order to change your life around, you have to start thinking like a bank. I'm going to say that one more again in case you didn't hear me. If you want to change your life around, you got to think like a bank. Milton, I hear you, brother. I see you right there. You believe me? Listen to this. We have been so conditioned to pay interest. And this, my Jewish mentor told me, he said, you're so conditioned to pay interest and you never receive interest. I was like, wow, nobody ever said that to me in my life before. How many of us have had somebody that God has blessed you or the universe has blessed to come into your life and show you what to do and you don't got time to listen? Some of us would rather continue to struggle because we don't have time to listen. But here's the funny thing about time. It's going to go by anyway, whether you listen or not. The only difference will be, for my family, they good. They good. Because since I was in my early 30s, I've been building this. I've been building this for 20 years. So when I get closer to the Social Security, is there going to be Social Security? Is there not going to be Social Security? Is there going to be Social Security? Is there not going to be Social Security? Well, I don't give a damn. Because it ain't going to change nothing in my life. And we got to get to the point, especially as a black people. We got to get to the point of melanated men and women. We got to get to the point of these Morenos walking around here, where we have something to bring to the table for our family, for our children. Right? Right? Some of us believe in the Bible, some of us don't. To me, it's a good reading material. It's more, it's examples of life. Right? And some of us, right? It's like we got choices, man. We got choices. It's the last quarter of 2019, and many of you started to write your declarations or all that stuff last year. You didn't even finish it. And every year it's the same old thing. The same thing. New Year's comes around. Oh my God, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. February come around, you ain't doing none of that. Real talk, right? That's real talk, Milk? Real talk? Some people can't handle the real. I want the real. Give me the real. Give me the real. Help me become a better man. Help me take care of my family. Somebody care enough about me to put some bass in their voice and get my attention. That's what I want. But everybody ain't built like that, brother. Everybody ain't built like that, sister. Right? Real talk. Real talk. Now, let me say this. This is the last quarter. I'm about to pull a Doug Williams on you. We're going to go back. Some black history in the NFL for the Washington Redskins. Doug Williams. They said he couldn't win a Super Bowl, right? They said you couldn't do this. There's a conspiracy theory going on, and it's right between your ears, and you believe the bull. You believe the bull that you can't be more, that you can't do more, that you can't have more. Maybe you got a criminal record. So what? It doesn't matter. Maybe you dropped out of high school. So what? It doesn't matter. Maybe you didn't go to college. Maybe you wasn't the golden child. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. What matters is you got resiliency in you. What matters is that there's a genius that's waiting to come out of you. There's a genius inside of you, Milton. There's a genius inside of you, Travis, and it's waiting to come out. And it's waiting for somebody like me to come teach somebody like you how to take care of your family in this real estate game. How to get apartment buildings with no credit. How to get apartment buildings with no money. How to get apartment buildings with no hard money, no syndications. None of the stuff they tell you. You don't have to do that. Would you believe me if I told you that? Would you believe me if I told you I built a real estate empire for my family without doing none of that? I'm about to retire from this game. One of the realest of the real is about to step down and travel and live with his family and continue to pick up these apartment buildings with no money and no credit, right? Just coming in just like it was a single family house, doing it the same way that you do it with a single family house. Starting to use things like master lease options. Oh, I done told you. This is real. When I come up on here, there's no games. No games, no fluff, no magic beans, no smoke screens. If you want the truth, this is where it's at. So, the fourth quarter, it's time to turn into LeBron James. It's time to turn into Michael Jordan. It's time. It's the fourth quarter of another year of your life. The tide is coming in and the tide is going out. Every year it's the same old thing going to happen, but we don't have time to make time to take care of our family. Black men, stand up. Let's stop being bamboozled. Let's stop taking all our money and put it outside of our own culture when there's people right here in our culture that know how to do the same things, and we're not culture vultures. So, do I flash the Benzes anymore? Nah, I'm bigger than that. Do I flash the houses anymore? Nah, I'm bigger than that. Do I flash the toys? Do I flash the jewels? No need to. I want you to hear my words. I want to talk to your spirit. And I want to tell you that if you're struggling right now and you're under the sound of my voice, that this is the last call. I'm doing one last training session, and I'm teaching all of real estate. I'm going to show you the lease options. I'm going to show you the subject too. Do you watch my videos? Do you watch what my son is doing? Do you watch what Janelle is doing? Do you see what's going on? Do you see the people whose lives that I've been blessing? Do you see the people whose lives have been blessing me? You see, we understand the universal laws. We understand the law of cause and effect. We understand the laws of compensation. We understand the law of increase. We understand that we got to go the extra mile to get what we want. We know that we have to do what we've never done to get what we've never had. But it's too much out here. God has given you too much to not wake up the genius inside of you. To not wake up the genius inside of you. To keep being comfortable in your comfort zone, because your comfort zone is your failure zone. And we keep failing because we just want to be comfortable. We don't want to learn. You don't want to get up under somebody. Come on, real talk. Yeah, okay, Travis, I got you. So this is my last year. I made it my first million in my 30s. I lost it in my 30s too. And got it back in my 30s. Because there's some things that you got to know in life. There's some things that ain't nobody gonna tell you. There's some things that you just got to get up and go search for it. There's some sacrifice that's required to get to the manna, to get to the heaven, to get to wherever it is you want to go, to be able to take care of your family, to be able to be royalty and not a servant, because servants don't sit down at the table with royalty. You got to make up your mind that you're royalty. You got to make up your mind that you're royalty. So that means you got to have some land. Because everybody in the Bible and the Quran and every book that you've ever read in your life, the people at the top had it all. And we running around here talking about we gods, and we ain't got shit. We ain't got shit but some bills, some PlayStation 3s and 4s and 5s and 6s. I don't even know if they're out that far. I ain't played a video game in over 20 years. We won't put down the television to learn to master our craft, to get a high-income skill. You gotta have a high-income skill set. It's not the opportunity. People are telling you, oh, this is a bottom basement opportunity. It's a $4 trillion business. Ain't that how the pitch goes? It's a $4 trillion business, right? So you should be in this business. But if you don't have a high-income skill set, you don't know how to talk to people, you don't know how to get leads, you don't know how to close them, it don't matter if it's a $20 trillion industry. You ain't gonna get none of it. Because you haven't taken the time to build a high-income skill set. I put over 25 years of my life into building a high-income skill set so I can pick up the phone and make 10 grand. I can pick up the phone and make 25 grand. I can pick up the phone and talk to somebody that knows somebody that helped them to come over and join my new organization, to join my new business. I know how to sell off shares of stocks in my company. I know how to bring in investors. I know how to do high-income skill sets. So this ain't something that's going to fall off the doggone tomato truck. It's something that you got to reach for. You got to stretch for this if it's what you want. You got to do whatever it takes to get this. You hear me, black men? You got to do whatever it takes to go get what belongs to you. Some people say, well, if it don't come to me, I guess I ain't meant to have it. You're dead wrong and you've been lied to. You were meant to have it. That's why it came to you. But you were so lazy, you wouldn't get up off your behind. You wouldn't stretch. You wouldn't go read an extra book. You wouldn't go consult with an attorney. You wouldn't go put a team together. All this stuff, this billionaire taught me how to do. And I sit here now and all I do is give it to my son. I give it to the people close to me. I give it to Miss Janelle Gilmer there. I give it to the proteges that I've been teaching around the country for the last 15 years. The people that have helped me live in some of the nicest areas in the country. Dr. Phillips, Florida, helped me live on 5,000 square foot houses on top of a mountain in the most exclusive area of Lake Lure, North Carolina. Helped me pick up land. Acres and acres and acres of land for development projects. People are still giving us houses to this day. No credit. Little cash, no banks. I'm going to say something real here. We act like there's a lack of money in the United States. There's never been a lack of money in the United States. We are one of the richest countries. Africa too, but one of the richest countries. And I'm here to tell you that just because the money's not flowing into your pocket, into your bank account, doesn't mean there's a problem. There's no problem here. The only problem is you don't take your life serious enough to make that change. But I'm trying to tell you, today's the first day of the fourth quarter of 2019. And I'm here to tell you that this could very well be the day that changes the rest of your life. But you got to do something different. You got to learn to go the extra mile. You have to learn how to handle your money. You have to learn to buy assets at a discount. Assets at a discount. Right? Thank you, brother. Thank you. See, we don't know this as a people. The only thing we know how to do is change dollar for an hour or get into the bottom of a barrel of a network marketing company that ain't ours, and we think we're business owners, but you're not. You're an independent contractor for somebody unless you went and set up an LLC for yourself or a corporation for yourself or a trust for yourself and your family. Different subject. You see, I read this book because I'm an avid reader. I've read over 1,500 books in the last 10 years. I read books. I find out what successful people have done that I want to do, and some of them I've reached out to them. I'm that crazy dude. I'll call your phone, author. Mr. Author, you said such and such. How did you do it? How did you do it? And many of them tell me nobody's ever called me to ask me that, so I'm going to tell you everything you need to know. That's how the billionaire owner of the Orlando Magic did with me. I said, well, how did you do it? How did you become a billionaire? He said, nobody's ever told me. Nobody's ever asked me this. We're going to shut down this restaurant in Dr. Phillips, Florida in Orlando. And I'm going to tell you everything. Ask me anything you want. I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you how to do the movie business. I'm going to show you how to get the apartment builders. I'm going to show you because you asked for it. Ask and you shall receive. So what are you going to do in the fourth quarter? It's the fourth quarter. It's like 2 minutes left, right? There has to come a time in your life. Maybe you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, or your 50s, 60s, 70s. I talked to a man today in his 70s. Can't make a decision still. He can't make a decision in his life. I don't have time for people that are looking for something for nothing. One of the things my mentor told me, every successful person I know has a mentor. One of the things my mentor said to me was if you walk around looking for something for nothing, eventually you become nothing. How you like that one? So, one more again. This fourth quarter, I'm going to teach people, certain people, how to win in business and real estate. It's not for free, so don't ask for it. It's not cheap, please believe me. But the investment in me and the investment in yourself will more than double or triple if you do what I show you how to do. You got people that have paid me and quit, don't do what they're supposed to do. I can't figure it out for nothing. People who can't keep their word, don't follow up. I don't understand it. But if you really knew what was on the other side, if you really knew that deep down inside, that how much greatness was inside of you, you would stop letting the cobra of fear rob you and rape you of the life that God has for you. It's only fear, guys. It's fear. Procrastination, not doing what you're supposed to do, saying no to opportunity. It's fear. We call it the cobra of fear. And the cobra of fear hisses and strikes people. And it paralyzes you. Now you live and walk through your whole life. Die at 25, walk around to 75 till they bury you, doing the same old thing that everybody else is doing, expecting God to give you something different because you went to church. But you won't put in the work. You see, here's the thing, guys. Most of you won't put in the work. So I know I'm just blowing some smoke probably to most of you because you ain't going to put in the work. You won't even listen for 30 minutes. You won't listen when I have the secret to help you turn it all around financially. You got to know this stuff, guys. You got to know this stuff. So I will be taking a group of about 20 people. That's all I need. From now until the end of the year, show them how to get apartment buildings. Show them how to think like a bank. Show them how to get into these buildings with no credit. Show them how to use one piece of paper to control apartment buildings. No one's going to ask you for your credit. No one's going to ask you to go to the bank. And I'm going to show you how to capture the equity inside of an apartment building. Show you how to raise the value, because in an apartment building, every time you increase the value of the building $1, it increases the building $10. So if you make a building make an extra $20 $25,000 a year by doing some little fix up in an apartment building. I'm just talking about something small that you can handle. I'm talking about 5 to 50 units. You can handle that. 5 to 50 units? You can handle a 5-unit apartment building. The value is not determined by comps. The value is determined by the amount of, the way you can force the appreciation in apartment buildings. This is why people are getting rich. This is why people are becoming wealthy, take care of their family, quitting their job in their 40s and 30s. Because they know something you don't know. And it's not an excuse. Ignorance is never an excuse. You gotta know. Somebody say, I gotta know. You gotta know. You gotta know. It's your job, nobody else's. It's your job to seek out the information. It's your job to show up. It's your job to do what you say. It's your job to learn to become an excellent money manager. Whew. I'm going to say that one again. It's your job to become an excellent money manager, because there's only 2 types of money managers, and we're both one of them. You're either an excellent money manager or you're a bad money manager. And that will dictate what happens in your life. If you don't know how to make those dollars make more dollars, it's like a golden goose. Remember the story of the golden goose? And what you guys are doing is you're taking the money from a job and you're going right out and spending it on stuff. But what's supposed to happen is that goose is supposed to lay eggs. The eggs represent interest. Interest on your money. Right? The greatest thing in the world, the most powerful thing in the world is compound interest. That's what Albert Einstein said. So when we learn how to become excellent money managers, we no longer take from the original golden goose, because every time you spend money right from the golden goose, you're actually slitting your financial throat. You are slitting it. You are killing it. You're not going to go forward. There's anything you can do. You won't have money for vacations. You won't have money for bills. You won't have money for long-term spending. You won't have money to give. You won't have money to play. Your life will be a self-fulfilling prophecy full of doom and gloom that spirals down because you never take the time to become a money manager, a great money manager, and you gotta know this stuff. So, I'm going to take about 20 people. If you want to see if you qualify for one of those 20. Once again, this is not free. I'm not the free guy. But I show you how to make more money. I can be with anybody on here for 3 months and you'll make more money than you probably did in the last 3 years. Because there's some things that I know that you don't know. Right? Just like there's some things that you know that I don't know. The only difference between us is I'm the king of implementation. You show me something that works, I'm going to do it over and over and over again. While other people are hemming and hawing and coming up with excuses on why it might not work, I'm doing it. It's the only difference, guys. I'm no better than anybody on here. Come from the projects, been in boys' homes, sell drugs in the streets. I've done it all. I've done it all, so I'm no better and I'm no different than anybody here. Whatever I can do, you can do. Whatever you can do, I can do. Because there is no difference. There is no separation. There is... I don't know if they're ready for it. Janelle, I don't think they're ready for it. Milton, they ready for it? I don't know. Travis, people don't want the truth, do they? They don't want the truth. They want to be coddled. They want to put a bottle in their mouth. Right? And they want me to say things that make them feel bubbly. Well, if you want to feel bubbly, drink some champagne. Because I'm going to bring the truth. I always have and I always will. I tell the truth about me. I tell the truth about my situation and my circumstances because it's all an experience. And here's the thing that I learned. Nothing has meaning except the meaning that you give it. So a lot of times we trip out on little stuff, get tripped up on little stuff, get tripped up on little stuff. Little things, and we become emotional thinkers and we react to things based off our emotion. So when opportunity goes by, it just goes by. And it doesn't come back to you. The way the universe works is it sends it to somebody else. So, I just want to work with about 20 people that will pay the price, because I'm not cheap. But I guarantee you, and Janelle can attest to that, my son can attest to that, different people I've coached can attest to that. Like, it's a damn good return on your investment. But the very first thing I got to do is get you to believe, get you to know that you're a genius. Get you to know that you have greatness inside. Get you to know that it's all right to make a mistake. And you will make mistakes. Because there is no perfect plan. There is no perfect person. There is no, we're imperfectly perfect. We're going to make mistakes as part of the evolution to getting to the perfection that we strive for, that was guaranteed to us when we know, when we have knowledge of self. Guys don't even know you gods walking around here. Y'all gods walking around here. You are a god walking around here. Don't recognize your power. Don't recognize your ability to heal. Don't recognize your ability to love. Don't recognize your ability to forgive. Don't recognize your ability to bounce back from any type of adversity. That's what a genius does. That's what a love God does. You were born for greatness. You were sent here to discover your assignment. And the making money part is the smallest part of it. The smallest part of it. Because we got 4 squares of life. And the money's just 1 square. And when we understand that there's a spiritual game going on, a spiritual game of life, and when you learn how to play it, and you learn how to master this thing, you'll see that everything turns around in your life. I'm not telling you something brand new, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't make this up. It's the laws. And when you take the time to learn the laws, you'll see that you've been either going against them or you've been going with them. It's up to you, right? So sooner or later, we have to get to the point where things have to happen in our life so that we can become conscious of who we truly are. You're not here to be broke, poor, suffering, working 5 jobs, 3 jobs. You're supposed to be discovering your gift so you can go share it with the world. And real estate is just one vehicle to allow passive income, cash flow to come in on a consistent, predictable basis so that you can go out into the world and share your gift. And that's what we're all here to do, is to go out into the world. We all have a ministry inside of us. And I'm not talking about church. I'm talking about real ministry. Showing when people look at you, they can see the God in you. They can see the love in you. They can see the success in you. They can see the forgiveness in you, right? And now you amplify, and there's an electricity that goes on, and you ascend to a different level, right? You resurrect to a different level mentally. So, I'm going to leave off on this. I'm going to teach 20 people how to do this real estate game, how to make more money than you've ever made in your life. Just like I'm teaching my son if you follow my videos. Just like I'm teaching other people if you follow my videos. See, but you got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired before I can do anything with you. You have to be willing to make a commitment and a sacrifice. And that's what I'm all about. So, that's my time, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that there's something that you got out of this message, because my prayer is this. God, universe, tell me what to do, and I'll do it. Tell me what to say, and I'll say it. Tell me where to go, and I'll go there. And I guarantee you, if you incorporate that in your prayer, along with meditation, you'll see your life start to change. Because the right people will come in your life, and you'll notice them this time. You'll notice them. They've always been coming back and forth. You just haven't been the right person in the right place at the right time. Tell me what to do, and I'll do it. People will start coming to you. Opportunities will start coming. Tell me what to say, and I'll say it. You'll say things, and you won't sound like a fool. You'll say something, and it's a missing lingo, a missing word that the next person needed to have so that they can know that you're supposed to be a part of their team, and maybe they share something great with you, or vice versa. And tell me what to do, and I'll do it. And the only way that you'll be able to let that part come true is when you learn how to tame the cobra of fear. That's my time right now, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you. If you got any value out of this, please share it. If you'd like to be one of the 20 people that I'll help rock out this real estate game and put a whole empire together in real estate for you, 20 people, let me know that you want to be one. Just write it on the board. I want to be one of the 20. All right? Then you got to go through a process with me. But that's my time for you. I got to get ready to go. Leaving the office now. My son's rocking out. I'm rocking out. People around me rocking out. And I'm blessed to be a blessing to those that recognize it. That's my time, guys. Peace.